Hello and welcome everyone to the week ahead commodity report, where we of course will be reviewing the markets for the week ahead. Now, historically, the final quarter, that has always been considered one of the most lucrative periods of the year for commodity traders. And once again, that trend is certainly living up to expectations. There's no denying that October started off with a bang, bringing with it a series of extraordinary money-making opportunities, from the escalating global inflation crisis to monetary policy crisis, to the currency crisis, to the energy crisis. And just in case that wasn't enough, traders, they're now on the cusp of being gifted one of the most lucrative money-making opportunities, with talks of more central bank interventions and the start of a new oil war between Saudi Arabia and the United States, all topped off with the most hotly anticipated event of all, the Federal Reserve policy pivot. There's no question that 2022, that will go down in history as one of the most profitable years for commodity traders. And so far this year, a total of 27 commodities, ranging from the metals to the energies to agricultural markets, they've all racked up double to triple digit gains, outperforming every other asset class out there. In fact, this month alone, we have seen a number of commodities notching up impressive double-digit gains in just a matter of days, not once but on multiple occasions. As a result, there's really nothing historical you can point for what is going on in the markets today. The current macroeconomic backdrop, that is fueling one of the greatest wealth transfers of our lifetimes, presenting savvy traders with back-to-back money-making opportunities almost on a daily basis. And this is just the beginning. As we transition through the final quarter, we are firmly in one of the greatest eras of wealth creation the world has seen. This explosive cocktail of events between now and the end of the year, it's guaranteed to be a license to print money, which traders will not want to miss out on. Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Citigroup, they've already prepared their clients for what they predict could be one of the most profitable quarters ever seen. In recent weeks, Morgan Stanley, BlackRock, Bank of America, they have all joined the list, advising their clients to rotate into commodities, ready for a massive Christmas bonus. Earlier this month, Bank of America, they were the biggest buyers of commodities, adding a net 6.3 billion during the first week of October. That's the third largest inflow into commodities since the 2008 global financial crisis. Bank of America, they told their clients that commodities, they are now at the bottom of their cycle and on the verge of a spectacular end-of-year rally. If you've been kicking yourself for missing out on some of the biggest wealth creation opportunities so far this year, and you still want to make 2022 and beyond your best year yet, then you've just been granted the ultimate gift. Right now, we have crisis on top of crisis, which, as traders know, that translates to opportunity on top of opportunity. This is the time that traders, they wait decades for, because it's times like these that make millionaires and billionaires out of regular people. There's lots of traders out there that completely missed out on two of the previous greatest wealth transfers in history, including the global financial crisis in 2008 and more recently the pandemic in 2020. The ones that saw the opportunity and knew how to capitalize, they accumulated life-changing wealth. According to the World Wealth Report, 6.2 million ordinary people, they became millionaires for the first time during the 2020 pandemic, which is more than any other time in history. I'm sure all of us know a friend or a colleague or even a family member who made an absolute fortune. But history is about to be rewritten. Once again, we find ourselves at the forefront of one of the biggest wealth creation opportunities of all time. The explosive cocktail of events that is currently unfolding now presents the third greatest wealth transfer of our lifetimes. You don't want to be the person that knew about this, had a chance to capitalize on one of the greatest wealth transfers ever and missed out again. According to Bloomberg, 1 in 2 people have now turned to trading to beat inflation, which comes as no surprise considering that trading is a valuable life skill that is both inflation-proof and recession-proof. More millionaires and billionaires will be made this time round than ever before. The only question is, will you be one of them? Do not underestimate what you can achieve in the next 60 days from now. Right now, at the Gold and Silver Club, we are consistently banking over 10,000 points, which we are transparently documenting through our weekly videos. For every one lot that you will be trading, that's $100,000, and for every 10 lots that you will be trading, that's $1 million. And the majority of our clients at the Gold and Silver Club are utilizing our proprietary proprietary, research-driven trading approach they've made in excess of 5, 6, and 7 figures over the course of the last month, as you can see in the testimonials that have been shared by our clients. If you've been kicking yourself for missing out on some of the biggest opportunities so far this year, and you still want to make 2022 and beyond your best year yet, then you still have time. Just go to www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com right now to learn how our mentorship program can accelerate your trading to the next level. So with that, let's move over to the charts and we'll talk you through exactly what we're looking at here as we head into a new week. So firstly, as we've discussed with you multiple times, Platinum offered a great opportunity to bank a windfall amount of profits last week. We saw yet again another impulse move, taking the price action all the way back up here towards the highest levels since the beginning of August. So of course we banked multiple positions on Platinum. One of our lowest entries there, banking 1,150 points profit just last week, as we continue to see this drive higher towards the swing highs. As we mentioned to you previously, our main game plan here on commodities is to continue to scale out and bank into strength as we do see these impulse moves higher back towards the recent swing highs. And then what we would do is look to get a windfall amount of profit and then redeploy that capital on pullbacks that we're expecting as we move into the month of November. That all started to set up towards the end of last week when the dollar index, it broke all the way back down to 1 month lows, but we saw this as a big opportunity to then redeploy capital and get into the dollar on Thursday through to Friday. Those trades started to move nicely into profit into Friday's close as a result of the risk off that we're expecting now as we head into next week, where you've not only got the Federal Reserve interest rate decision, but you also have the Bank of England interest rate decision next Thursday. Then on Friday, you've got non-farm payrolls. And then the week after that, you also have the midterm elections in the USA. So we are anticipating the potential for capital to roll into the dollar as many traders will start to move into the sidelines, banking their profits as we go into those risk-off events, driving more capital into the dollar, and also aggressive monetary policy potentially from the Fed and also the Bank of England, and then non-farm payroll after that. All very heavily data-driven events will again provide lots of volatility for you to capitalize on. In fact, it was just last week on gold, we booked another 400 points profit on this breakout to the upside, where we had a nice move all the way back up towards the 1675 level. However, we then rotated profits and capital into the dollar, expecting this potential for a pullback not only on gold but also on copper, which dipped 2.5% on Friday, silver as well, which came down 1.5%, and palladium too, which came down 2%. So essentially the expectation is going into next week you could see a strong dollar, which is going to provide yet again fantastic opportunities to reload at lower prices, particularly on the precious metals like gold and silver, as we get the usual cycle here moving into the month of November. And this is what we've been capitalizing on certainly in the last week to make sure that we locked in a windfall amount of profits on the impulse moves higher that we got on markets like platinum and gold at the start of last week, and then rotate those profits into the dollar and yet again look to sniper in at lower prices on commodities as we transition through the month of November. And this has played out time and time again throughout 2022. It has been a fantastic way just to continue to play this volatility as you continue to see the markets provide you weekly with these impulse moves where you can benefit and bank a windfall amount of profit in very short intense periods, then get flat again, go long the dollar, and the whole cycle repeats. And this is how you can absolutely crush it as we enter a new economic climate. The importance of having an essential income generating skill like trading, it has become a must-have necessity. If you want to actually reach your long-term financial goals in these rapidly changing markets, then you can't just stockpile cash in a savings account, because rapidly surging global inflation, that will erode your wealth and purchasing power. Instead, you need to make your money work as hard for you as you've worked hard for it. One of the biggest obstacles that holds back 99% of retail traders from achieving their desired success, it's not having access to the correct professional strategies, institutional level data, and market intelligence to make confident decisions with accuracy in these fast moving and highly lucrative markets. There is a huge gap between the top 1% of professional traders and the bottom 99% of misguided retail traders who simply rely on outdated technical analysis and gimmicky technical indicators that do not work in these markets. If you want to get yourself out of the bottom 99% and into the top 1% who are actually crushing it and making 6, 7, and 8-figure returns in these markets right now, then you need to utilize a professional, research-driven approach, or you'll just end up wasting lots of time, money, and effort and have no results to show for all of your hard work. In these fast-moving markets, technical analysis will not work. Those days, they're long gone. If that's all you're relying on, the odds are already massively stacked up against you. If you want to change your results, there's only one way to do it. You have to change your thinking and your actions. If you want to learn our exclusive research-driven approach that is never taught to retail traders and only reserved for professional traders in banks, hedge funds with access to powerful game-changing insights, including where banks and hedge funds are buying and selling in real time, key liquidity zones, so you can enter and exit markets with pinpoint precision, fundamentals, macroeconomics, capital flows, the daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly real-time data-driven cycles and intermarket correlations, then you need to join our mentorship program. As you transition through the final quarter of the year, we are heading into a highly lucrative and event-driven period. If you want to successfully capitalize on the huge opportunities ahead and build significant life-changing wealth, then there's no better time than right now. If you want to upgrade your income, then you need to upgrade your skills. Never underestimate what you can achieve in the next few months from now with the right guidance and mentorship. Time is the most valuable commodity that we have. Make sure that you don't waste it. If you want to join our community of successful traders and take your trading to the next level, there is an opportunity for you to do so. As a member, you get access to our exclusive live trading room webinars. You get access to real-time trade ideas, access to institutional research and market intelligence, access to our private Members Academy website, and also support and one-to-one mentoring. For more information, just go to www.jointhelivestradingroom.com. The link is also below this report in the description, so just click on the link, make an application, and we will of course get in touch with you ASAP.